Yeah, man, we lost a good one, a great one. You know what I mean? I think that yeah, I think that Kevin Samuels' message was diluted because of social media, and I think people heard like sound bites. Like a lot of people didn't follow Kevin Samuels. They didn't follow his show. They just heard what they seen online. You know what I'm saying? They'll take the most egregious thing that someone said about Kevin Samuels, and then what they'll do is they'll be like, "See, he don't like black women," or "See, he don't like this." See, he like this, and they use that to justify their whole argument of this man. Now we're gonna definitely get into some of the things that he said, and where I think that what I say where I think that he was misunderstood. Um, but and it's gonna sound weird. For good reason, he was misunderstood because I think that um, for the most part, his whole messaging was for the black family to stay together.
Yup. If you really pay attention.
That's right. That's what it was. And I think that a lot of people what they did was see I, and I hate to bring in the conspiracy theory things and all this stuff. But let's just be clear here. The black family is broken. And I think he was him and maybe another person, maybe Dr. Umar and a couple other people. They were the ones that were actually trying to salvage the black family. And again, when you have a lot of people who breed negativity and they live negativity and they talk negativity and they watch negativity, they think that what he's saying is actually negative. And when he's telling you that you shouldn't be going for something that you can't afford, it's the same thing your mom used to tell you. It's the same thing your dad used to tell you. You can't. Why would you go buy a car when you need a place to live? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I think that's where everything's coming full circle. But we're gonna get into it. You know, what's your feelings on it? I mean, before I really start going off, because I'm about to go
My
off.
feelings on just Kevin Samuels. Me personally, I had no problem with this man. He was definitely doing what most people were scared to do,
Yeah,
and that's just be honest, blatantly honest, very blunt. You know, what I mean, sometimes, the way he said it sometimes was definitely rough, and I see how the women could be upset about how he would say things, but he was just being honest. Like if you're he always took me as a person in he's talking we're talking about the high profile men, the kind of men that he's talking about.
mm-hmm.
And he's just being honest. Not saying that not saying that it can't happen. Like a regular woman or a woman that he feels as though wasn't uh of high quality as the way he would put it.
Mm-hmm.
But not saying that it can't happen. But most of the time, most percentile. It's not going to happen if you're not a high profile woman
Mm-hmm.
to be with a high profile man. Like it's really really real.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just like to me, I always took him as like a guy like it's the same. He was at the modeling agency.
mm-hmm.
Now you know women, men, people. Everybody know if you go to a modeling agency, they picking you apart. Body,
Mm-hmm.
bow, bow, bow. They telling you straight from the gate, you got too much fat here, you got too much fat there, your lips are too small. They come raw,
Mm-hmm.
but they come in because they're about their business, so they do it quick.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that they can't miss a gym. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
this is what they do. This is how professional they are. That's what they do. They're there to talk about people's bodies and talk about people's looks. And that's what they do. So it may seem harsh to us, but to them, that's their profession.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? So this is what they do.
yeah. I think where people kind of get Kevin Samuels twisted is they're looking for the nice version of Kevin Samuels. So I always compare Kevin Samuels to Simon Cowell, because I look at it like this. Simon Cowell was real. He was straight up. He told you how he felt. He didn't hold no punches. If he felt as though it wasn't good, he didn't go along with the consensus. He just said, I didn't like that. It wasn't good. What really bothers me is that, especially with black women, what bothers me is the fact that y'all always saying that y'all want a man to be straight up and honest with you. And all this man did was be straight up and honest. Now, don't get me wrong. In some cases, matter of fact, you know what? I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to say this. If you think that Kevin Samuels degraded women, you're a fucking fool. You're a fool. And I'm going to tell you why. If you ever watch anything from Kevin Samuels, from everything that he ever did, he never disrespected women until he was disrespected.
Yep.
Never. He never came at a woman out the gate. He asks them the same questions. And most of the women that was on Kevin Samuels shows, they came on there to combat with him. They didn't come on there to seek information. Now, not all of them. Most of them, because some of them went on there and they actually thanked him for saving their marriage. You know what I'm saying? They thanked him. But they went on his show to combat with him. That's what they did. It wasn't they went on his show to learn anything. And everything he said, they had an answer for it, even though they didn't even know what they were talking about. Yeah. And that's what really pisses me off about women in particular. I ain't gonna say all just black women, but women in particular these days. You can literally give them the truth or show them something, and they will tell you that that's not true, or they don't believe it's true. And you may say, well, yeah, it is true. Look, here it is. Here's the article, or here it is right here. Well, I don't believe it, even though you showing it to them. And I think that was where I think Kevin Samuels, he had the edge on them because he knew what he was talking about. Mm-hmm. And what bothered them and what bothers women to this day, a lot of women who are bitter because they don't like to see a black man who probably was the only, him and maybe two other guys, was the representation for a straight black man. Now, when people want to say he was gay, whatever, but you don't have no proof of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that lame argument that he was gay.
Well, obviously he wasn't that gay.
He wasn't that gay, right?
Obviously he wasn't that gay.
But my biggest issue is most people just they run with something because they want to believe that. It's not like, oh, well, let me go check this guy out and see what he's about. Dude, it's like how we listen to music, right? Mm-hmm. And this is how they do now. I know how you listen to music. I know how I listen to music. I don't like Lil Yachty, right? I'm just gonna use him as an example. I don't like Lil Yachty, but I listen to his catalog. I listen to every one of his songs. You know why? Because I wanted to give him a chance, and make sure that if I'm gonna make an assessment about this person,
I'm gonna make sure
I have the right assessment. Yep. The problem is most of these females, they go off what their friend said.
Yeah, they get the sound bite, or they show them a little sound bite.
Exactly. Like, oh, well, I don't like how he said that to that girl. He could have said it in a nicer way. But you can't tell a person how they should say something. Just like he can't tell you how you should say something or how you shouldn't react to it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, women went on his show to be combative.
Just to combat him.
I want to see. The one girl went on there and she said, well, I know you, Kevin Samuels, and I know you supposed to be this guru and all this, but I'm just going to let you know, ain't nothing you can say that'll change me because I got myself together. And it's like, what's all this for? Like,
so why you even come on the show?
Why you even come on the show?
So why you even come on the show? This is not for you then. If you got yourself together, why are you here?
Yeah, why are you even on the show?
Why are you here? You know why you're here. You're here just to be combative and to have this back and forth with me. But it's all right because we can have it back and forth. It's going to boost my ratings up.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
Because that's how people started to. That's the only reason why people started to come to him though at first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, not
Well, I'm gonna break down the history of Kevin Samuels.
Okay, not the regular people, but you
Yeah.
know that's how I learned about this guy and him. Is our first thing. You know, I was hearing that he was verbally abusing women. Like,
Wait. So look.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
okay. So for
coming
all
at
y'all
him.
for all y'all don't know, this is how Kevin Samuels started. Kevin Samuels was on well, we're gonna go from YouTube on. I don't know before YouTube, but he started out reviewing colognes. That's what he was doing. He was reviewing fragrances. You know what I'm saying? Then he started to do like a men motivational thing where he was talking about men. In the same way that he talking about women, he did the same thing to men. There's plenty of videos before.
I see him do
right?
a couple videos with men.
Men, right?
Videos with men.
But here's the thing.
He be asking them about
Here's
their
the thing.
jaw, like, what you got for her?
Yeah, exactly.
Same exact way.
Here's the thing.
No different.
I ain't see none of y'all chicks say anything when he was talking bad or talking down or whatever you want to describe it to men. None of y'all said nothing. Nobody said nothing when he was talking to men. When Kevin Samuels was talking about he told that one boy, he said you a fat ass.
Yup. I see that one.
You need to lose some weight and get yourself together.
Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10". How much do you weigh?
I weigh about,
To what?
depending on the day, between 280 to 285.
So you're a fat fucker.
Yeah.
So you think a 5'10", almost 300-pound dude, how much money you make?
Like 400 every 2 weeks.
So you make 400 every 2 weeks. So you make 800 a month. You make less than $10,000 a year. Okay.
But how many 20-year-olds was him?
Hold on. Dude, I was a 20-year-old and I was making far more money than that. In the 80s, where minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. So I need to hear it. How long? You got a big dick?
Huh?
You have a big dick?
I mean, it's above average. I ain't no Ron Jeremy.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I didn't say it was above average.
I don't know what that is, really.
Nigga, you know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the bullshit. Every dude know whether or not he got a big dick. I know I got a big dick. You don't know?
I mean,
You don't have a big dick. That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude. And you got a lot of nerve thinking you should get choosing signals at 5'10" and 300 pounds, making less than $1,000 a month.
When he told the other boy, he said, do you got any kids? He said, no. He said, well, what do you do for a living? He said, well, I work here. Then he said, do you work more than 60 hours a week? He said, no. He said, your ass should be working more than 60 hours a week. If you want to be somebody in this world, you should be working more than 60 hours a week. You don't have no kids. Why are you not working more than 60 hours? So don't complain. He gave everybody the same exact smoke. But no one said anything.
Yeah.
It's just when he started criticizing or hurting women's feelings, particularly black women's feelings, when he wasn't calling you a bitch or you a whore and none of that stuff. He just said, hey, listen, you need to stick with what you can afford.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to get more than what you can afford? And he said the same thing to men, but nobody said anything about it when he said it to men. And this is the most disgusting thing to me. It's disgusting. And what's really disgusting is the fact that you got people online who are actually happy that this man died.
Yo, that's just ridiculous, yo. Do you see this? Like, yo. But you know, the internet is a monster, man. The internet is a monster.
But that's
man.
you know what? Remember we was talking about sticking together as black people, right? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
We was talking about it.
Yeah.
Because see, you got a bunch of different people in the black community who's trying to divide the black community. There's a lot of bitter people. It's a lot of what's the name? If you tell the truth about something, you know how it goes when we was growing up. Young chick told her brothers, he said this about me, when in actuality she did some nasty shit, and he was like, you know what I'm saying? And
now everybody want to go fight you.
Yeah, exactly. This we know how this goes. This how it plays out. See, everybody wants you to be on their side. So in this situation with Kevin Samuels, most of the people that's talking bad about Kevin Samuels don't know nothing. Because when you ask them, they're going to tell you, well, I seen some shit. But what did he say? It don't matter what he said. I just know he wasn't shit. That's the mentality, or when you was talking about the reboot, that's the people we need to talk to. That's why I wish I could talk to somebody who literally hated Kevin Samuels and getting online and talking. Because to me, there's no way in the world that you should be, because you had a difference of opinion with somebody, you should feel like it's okay for them to die.
Yo, that shit just always disrespectful, yo.
Like, come on, man.
Like, he wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad of a person. Like, he out there killing people and, you know what I mean?
I just don't
raping
understand.
chicks and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you, my nigga. I don't understand. What I don't understand is how society, how us as black people, we allow that. See, me personally, if I have a difference of an opinion with you, cool. We just have a difference of an opinion. You might like this, I might like that. That's it. But once you get to the point where you are celebrating somebody's death, that's when the black community should come in and check you. Like, no, dog, you don't do that. Nah, we not supporting that. But again, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is all a stage. Everybody has to have their 10 minutes of fame.
So they'll take out
they'll do whatever to get it.
The word is born. They'll take the craziest shots.
They'll do whatever to get it because they don't care as long as the eyes are on them. Because in their head, they can recover from it. So saying that, the one girl said, and I'm going to play the video. But the one girl said, she said, if he died, he dies.
Whoa. Yeah. What you
as if this guy doesn't have a family. If he dies, he dies. And then she says, I said what I said. And then I had him on my show a couple of times. I know why you say that. Because he probably made you look stupid. And you can't get past that.
Never. If he dies, he dies.
He dies, he dies.
Okay. And if black women want to express that they don't have a problem with it, or if they're happy, we have the right to do that. They have no problem with expressing. I have heard these men say that they didn't care about the lives of black women. They didn't care about black women's children. I don't care. He's not my daddy. Okay. I don't know this. He ain't never, I've never seen, I've met him online. You know what I'm saying? He's been to my platform a couple of times, but this man, he was on bullshit. He was on bullshit. So for the people that actually maybe knew another side of him or whatever, I can understand them being in mourning, but I'm not in mourning. If he's dead, this mother's dead, and I don't give a damn. And ain't nobody gonna make me take that back. And I don't think that's evil. I don't think nothing is wrong with that. I don't have to bridle my tongue. What the fuck am I lying?
First of all, that ain't even your quote, bitch.
Right?
Like, that ain't even your fucking quote. That's from fucking Rocky. You know what I mean?
My man Drago.
Yeah. Stop it with this goofy shit. But see, this is exactly what Kevin Samuels was saying. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you disagree with certain women, this is what they do. They doing exactly what he said. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, man, I think it's disgusting. Then I seen other people on Twitter. One dude said, he made his living off of disrespecting black women. No, he didn't. Like, man, it's so heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? That he passed away. But what's really more heartbreaking to me is the fact that we got people out here who saying that they advocates for free speech. But then when you ask them about, well, what's this? Why are you saying this? Then all of a sudden, no.
Well, they believe that he was disrespecting black women because that's the only ones that really went viral. So that's all they know. Just like you said, they're not doing the research. Yeah. So that's the ones that are going viral. So the only ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what they see. They don't see everything. Yeah. I didn't know that he was doing whatever he was doing beforehand. So you just explained it to me. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I mean, I did know about the fellas because I seen it after I started watching him. I saw that he was doing guys. He was crazy. He was going just as hard on the dudes. Just as hard.
Yeah, he was. But here's the crazy thing. Kevin Samuels probably helped more people than he hurt people. And I don't think he actually hurt anybody. He didn't hurt anybody to me. I think that he only defended himself.
Well, he hurt some people. He hurt their
And
feelings.
he hurt their feelings in what aspect though? He hurt their feelings in what aspect?
With the truth.
With the truth, exactly.
He
didn't hurt their feelings. It's like your girl. It's like you and your girl. I don't know. Go out to eat dinner and she see her ex-boyfriend, and you ask her, "Who's that?" And you know what I'm saying? And she tell you, "Yeah, that's my ex-boyfriend."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you mad about it. You know what I'm saying? You mad.
You can be upset, but you can't be mad.
And I think that that's what it is. Now again, with the insults, it was all a defense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the one girl, I don't know if you've seen that video when the one girl got on there and said, he said to her, she said, yeah, I wanted to call up and talk to you or whatever. And he said, how old are you? And she was like, yes. And he hung up on her. Said, don't play with me.
He don't want to play no games.
Don't play with me.
What's the problem with that?
There's no problem with that.
What's the problem with that?
I think more men should be like that.
What's the problem with that?
I mean, I'm gonna tell you this quick story, right? My cousin. I'm not gonna say who, but I'm gonna say my cousin, right? My cousin told me, he said, there's one thing you should never do when you meet a female is play with her. He said, never play with her. He said, only play with her after you get to know her. Because what happens is, if you play with her in the beginning, she gonna think you're a joke. He said, now you don't gotta be mean to her. Just be straight up honest and be firm about what you say. Don't make jokes, nothing, until you get to know her enough, then you can make a joke. He said, because if you make jokes in the beginning, the first thing she's going to do is use that against you. And she's going to try to clown you. And at first I thought about it and I said, that's a little extreme. She's going to try to clown you. But then I really thought about it and I said, damn, that is kind of true. Because I went into the store one day and I was, I didn't go to the store. I was doing something, this old job I had. And I was going in and out. And I was doing that, playing around with the girl, whatever, you know, making jokes. And
playing around with the jump.
And she ended up disrespecting me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What she said?
Oh, she said
what she said?
She had a bad day and I came in, I said, hey, how you doing today? And she said, I'm good. And she was telling somebody to do something and she said, yeah, she said something to the girl, and I said, I thought she was talking to me. And I'm like, oh, you talking to me? And she said, no, I'm not talking to you, even though your job is filled with clowns and everything. And I'm like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? So I understand where he was coming from with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but the thing with, like I said, the thing with really bothered me. What bothers me, because I'm all for free speech and I'm all for people saying what they want to say. I'm all for that. But what really bothers me is people trying to use this man's death to justify their bitterness. That's my biggest issue that I have with this whole thing. Everybody online talking about him, but they're using his death to justify their bitterness and his truth that he spoke to them. You know what I'm saying? So they just want to be upset. Or fake upset. Because a lot of y'all not really upset. A lot of y'all don't really give a fuck.
Because you don't.
They don't care. They're going to go back to doing the same goofy shit they've been doing.
I know I am.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody doesn't care.
I mean, goofy shit, but I am. You know what I mean? It's sad to hear. You know what I mean? But it's hard. It's also sad to hear that people are being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, why would you be so disrespectful to somebody? This is somebody that just passed away. Like, come on, man. We all got more morals than that, B.
They wish for this.
Well, I was hoping. My bad.
Some of them wish for this. Some of them wished for this.
Wish for him to die?
Yes. Some of them. I would say.
I can't see that,
my nigga.
I can't see that.
You could pull up Twitter right now. Excuse me. You could pull up Twitter right now, and type in Kevin Samuels, hashtag Kevin Samuels, and look at all the tweets. People disrespecting him. I
seen some where people has like some funny comments. I mean, even that's like bad, but I figured that's just the internet, B. It's the internet.
But the internet is people.
the internet is people, but people, like you say, people do anything for some likes.
Yeah, they do. They do.
People
they
do anything for some likes. Them likes, man. Them likes is something.
Yo,
and not even to be like a superstar all the time. Like,
Yeah.
just to be able to have that one moment in time, like, look at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they'll repost it and be like, yeah, there'll never be anything again.
My question to you is, did Kevin Samuels hurt or help the black community? Or, in fact, I'll put it to you like this. Did Kevin Samuels, did he have the potential to help or hurt the black community?
He had potential to help the black community. But the black family is so broken. The black family is so broken right now that it's like I say, man, we got to get it together. Like, women don't respect the black man. The black man is barely respects the black woman because of social media and everything. Like, it's like we kind of been put like at odds with each other. Like, black woman, you're a hoe, because this is what we say all the time. We don't see respectful women. We don't see Claire Huxtables no more. We don't see those women too much no more. Most of the time it's Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more of them. Like, I mean, I'm just talking about in the media in front of our face.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying.
But don't you think?
But also with black women,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You know, they've been through a lot. Black women have been through a lot. Black women have been through a lot. They've been through a lot. They're fighting for their independence. And now that they have their independence, they sometimes it gets a little off the rails. But
I'm gonna be straight with you, bro.
But they've been holding it down for a very long time. You know what I mean? We've been sitting, and they're still holding it down because niggas is still getting locked up crazy. So the black family is still fucked up. So they still holding down niggas. You know what I mean? So they're making strong women.
Yeah.
That don't need niggas. You know what I mean? And then you got black men that's feeling like y'all don't need us. So we going over there, and all we seeing most of the time is on the TV. All we seeing is hoes and shit. So we feel like y'all don't need us, but every man needs to be felt like he's needed. You know what I mean? And his family, they need to feel like they're needed.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Even if we need you, daddy. I mean, it makes you feel good as a man, knowing that your family needs you. You know what I mean? But when you feel like you ain't needed, it's like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's for me, it's two things. One, I'm not hung up on independency anymore. I don't think that there's no such thing as an independent woman anymore. I don't think so. In this country, you need somebody. You need somebody to get you somewhere. You ain't do it all by yourself.
Nobody does anything by themselves, man.
That's what I'm saying. So
Nobody.
the independency is
then,
the
back
argument
to
is
back
dead.
till now.
That argument is dead. When you say, "Oh, I did it all alone," no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You got it from somebody. They had to give it to you. And I get it that you was by yourself when you did it, but you still had to get it from somebody else. I understand. But when are we gonna address this whole situation that because you tell a woman something that she don't want to hear, that's a form of control or that's a form of disrespect? When are we gonna address that? Because to me, that's the most important part. Because nowadays, us as men, we can't be honest with women enough to like, all right, I'll give you a good example. You date a girl. Let's say not you, but just say date a girl, right? And y'all go out 3-4 times, right? Y'all end up having sex, right? And you tell her, you want to get to know her or whatever. You want to get to know the chick or whatever. But then you tell her, well, and then she says to you, well, are you dating anybody else? Now, here's where for me, that question is kind of tricky. And this is why I said, when you tell a girl the truth, they decide to do either one or two things. Because if you have sex with a girl, y'all automatically are exclusive. Like, why people don't understand that. When you fuck a girl, y'all together. Because guess what? If you tell this girl that you are fucking other girls, she's not going to want to deal with you.
Exactly.
She's gonna walk away.
Most times.
Okay, so what I mean by that is this is where fucks me up about women. See, if I tell you that I'm having sex with other women, you'll walk away, right? Mm-hmm. Even though I'm being honest with you. We ain't together, we're not exclusive, but I'm being honest with you. Now, if I don't tell you that I'm fucking other girls, I'm wrong for that too. Mm-hmm. So it's a catch-22 with a lot of these girls because you can't tell them the truth because they done painted it out this way where if you tell them the truth, they don't want to deal with you. If you don't tell them the truth, they don't want to deal with you. If they catch you, if you don't tell them, that's a lie to them. Even though it's not a lie, it's a lie because you didn't tell them. And that's what I mean. Like the whole situation with a lot of these women nowadays, and I think that what Kevin Samuels was trying to convey that is a lot of women are not honest with themselves. They can't tell you, it shouldn't be if me and a girl is dating and she be dating 10 other guys. And as soon as I tell her I'm fucking another girl or I'm dating another girl, she don't want to deal with me no more. Mm-hmm. I mean, even though we could say, well, that's her choice. But at the same time, she never disclosed that she was dating 10 other guys.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's my issue with women when they talk about the hypocrisy behind it, when they talk about how they want an honest man. But they don't be honest. A lot of girls that we run into, a lot of girls that I run into, these chicks probably got 10 guys on the roster. They don't be honest about none of it. They just tell you what you want to hear. Just like they tell the other guy what he wants to hear and the other 2 guys. You know what I'm saying? They got social media. They got 10 guys in their inbox, probably more. But just say they got 10 guys in their inbox telling them, oh, how beautiful their feet are or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about attention. It's all about likes. It's all about clicks. You know what I'm saying?
So my question to you is, if you were just being, I'm not saying you particular.
Yeah, I get you.
But what if people were just being honest? And if you told this woman, no, you're not the only one I'm dealing with, and she dips, then that's something you have to deal with.
Is that a question?
Well, so my bad.
Yeah.
So the question is, why still not do that?
Why not tell her?
Yeah, why not tell her?
All right, so here's the thing, right? A lot of times, us as men, we don't want to tell a girl that we're dealing with other girls because we want them to feel like they're exclusive, right? And I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's the truth.
No, it don't sound.
You know what I'm saying?
Weird.
We want them to feel like they're exclusive,
As me
but
being a man,
we
I
also
understand
don't
that.
want to lose them either. So a lot of times, what guys do is they'll fuck a girl first, then they'll tell them they're dealing with, which is the wrong approach because now she looks at it like, oh, you just fucked me and you basically trying to get rid of me. Because girls and a lot of girls that I come across, in their mind, they think that guys automatically trying to plan their escape route as soon as they get with them. As soon as they have sex with them,
yeah,
it's it for them.
Yep.
But let me tell you the flip side about that, but we'll talk about that in a second. But that's what they do. They believe that, okay, yeah, he's gonna, so now you're telling me you don't want to be in a relationship. But if you talk to a girl and the first thing she says is she don't want to be in a relationship. So when y'all have sex and then because if the sex is good, then she wants to stay with you. Because 90% of the time, if the sex is bad, they're getting the fuck out of there.
That's a fact.
I don't care who you are.
That's a fact.
So
no. She might give you another shot.
And if it's bad, even the second time,
then you're pretty much
she's out of there.
Yeah,
she's out of there. So I think that this whole dynamic with Kevin Samuels was putting women on blast. I think a lot of women didn't like the fact that not that he was putting women on blast, because he was just giving them statistical data that he came across.
Yep.
He didn't tell you. He didn't say it to a lot of women where, maybe he did interject some of his personal feelings in there, but for the most part, Kevin Samuels didn't go out there disrespecting women. Like, he didn't go on stage and say, oh, like what Cardi B did. Oh, you guys, how many of y'all here fucking men for money? Y'all should be fucking men for money. But again, this is the type of behavior that we champion. We champion that type of behavior. We champion, like I said in our last show, we champion criminality. We champion people who just do egregious shit.
Yep.
We do. Us as black people, we love gangsters. We love all the gangster movies. We love all the drug boys, the dope boy movies. We love all the powers and the empires, the drama. Because you can't have a regular show. There's no Cosby Black. Where's the Cosby Black show? There was no Family Matter Black show. Where's that at? Where's those shows at now? Man. Every show that's depicting a black person, whether it's female or male, the black woman is either much more educated than the black man, and she makes the best decisions, and she does this and that, and he's a loser, or he's a baby dad, or she's a bitch, and she's fucking his friend, and it's like, it's never a good.
It's always a toxic situation.
Always a toxic situation.
Always toxic.
Always when it comes to this. And I think that to bring it back to Kevin Samuels, I think he was the person that he basically put it in your face, like, listen.
You know, that's why I don't watch Medeas. That's why I don't watch no Medeas. Word is ball, yeah. They always got some tragedy, toxic shit in there, bro. I'm tired of watching it.
You know,
Tyler Perry,
right.
man. Yo, Tyler Perry, you are the king of some toxic shit.
Toxic Avenger, man.
Word is ball.
King
of some toxic shit.
I'm telling you, he's a toxic Avenger, bro.
I cannot watch. Yeah, I'll be like, yo, man, what? This nigga hanging a baby? What?
Yeah. It's like, why?
I'm done, bro.
I don't. My thing is like, I understand that things go on in the black community, but you never hear about this in the Asian community, even though things go on in the Asian community. Things go on in the white community.
Facts.
Things go on in the Spanish community.
Double
now,
facts.
you might hear about it in the Spanish community, but you don't hear about it as much as you. It's like this thing, like they've been making money off of airing black people's dirty laundry. They've been making money for years off of this shit. From the top of the movies down to the B, from the A movies to the B movies. They've been making it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that we got to this point now where the internet is so powerful and it's so what I say, people are so connected that you literally can talk to people from all over and get different perspectives. But a lot of times now you get people who are talking to people who are just dumb.
But we're connected, but we're also disconnected at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just imagine for you to learn something about, I don't know, let's say Thomas Sowell. For you to learn about Thomas Sowell, you had to go to the library and learn, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is by educated people.
Yeah, right. Educate, go to the library, read the library books. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right.
Put some real facts into this
right?
shit.
Yeah. But here's the internet. This is what people do. They go in there and they'll type his name in, and the first person that comes up and says, yeah, Thomas Sowell, he was a dickhead. Ain't like that guy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Yeah. Then they go back and tell their friends, yeah, man, Thomas Sowell was a dickhead, bro. He really didn't teach nobody nothing. You be like, wait a minute.
Like, yeah.
You're like, wait a minute. What you mean he didn't teach nobody? Yeah, man, he's a dickhead, bro. So, you know. But again, man, like I said, man, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, man.
R.I.P.
I think we are at this point where we have how would I say? I think we at this point, man, where the blatant disrespect is at the forefront right now, and it just goes to show you that if you a black man in this country, even the people that say that, oh, we want to stand up for black people, Black Lives Matter, and all this stuff, right? Look at how they talking about this black man. All because they disagreed with him on relationships. This black man ain't raped nobody.
Nothing.
He ain't do nothing. He ain't killed nobody.
Nope.
He just said, this is how I feel about relationships. And everybody felt as though that this how you know he was speaking was the truth. Because if it got you upset like that,
most of the time,
he was speaking some gospel.
Yes,
it's like, man, damn. He was like Jesus to some of these niggas. Like, for real. Like, because everything he said, he was on it. And every time he had a what's the name? You notice that most of these black women who talked about Kevin Samuels, who have their own podcast, they didn't have him on because they didn't like the facts. Yeah, if so many shows with Kevin Samuels didn't disrespect anybody from defending himself, it was a lot of shows where he actually had good conversations with women. And then you know what the crazy part is? Most of the black women he had good conversation with was foreign black women. They wasn't even from America. They was foreign black women. And I think it's disgusting that a lot of our American black women, not all of them, but a good percentage of them, they laughing about the situation. Because they feel like, oh, well, he shouldn't have been telling nobody that. That's his opinion. What do you mean he shouldn't be telling nobody that? If you coming on my show to ask me my opinion, how are you mad at me because I'm telling you about my opinion? You came on my show. I didn't call you up and say, hey, bitch, listen, come on my fucking show because I'm going to make you look stupid. You called me up and said, hey, I want to get some advice. So how are they mad about that? That's my problem. How are you mad about this man? You calling up this man. You know what I'm saying? And he telling you what he believes you should do. You asked him for advice. It's like going to It's like going to a psychiatrist. And you get mad at your psychiatrist because your psychiatrist tell you about yourself. And that does happen.
Yes, it does.
All the time.
What happens when you tell your homie like, yo, you wildin', my
yeah.
nigga?
Don't be telling, nah, nigga, what the fuck you talking about?
Talk about. Nobody wants to hear that they're not doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Or just hear something negative.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear that. You know what I mean? But that's a part of the process. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You get told what you get told, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you have to receive it. And most time when you receive it, you know what I mean? You lash out. You don't want to hear that. Mm-hmm. But you heard it. Okay, now it's time to process.
Yeah, that's true. So
you go back, you know what I mean? Even though you're mad about it, you still think like, yo, all right, when you process it, you're like, hold up, was I wilding? Mm-hmm. Was I doing this?
I believe a lot of people don't, just like what you just said, I believe a lot of people don't know how to process that they're wrong. I think they've been told they're right so much from social media, and they so used to putting something up that is worded where you have to agree with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they put up something and it's worded a way where you have to agree with them, and it's like, because there's a lot of times girls be like, what you think about my hair, right? And I'll be like, I don't like it. They be like, oh, who asked you anyway? Like
you did.
You just said, what do I think about your hair? Or like, and a lot of people don't like to be criticized because they look at, because I always say criticism comes in two different forms, constructive and destructive. Mm-hmm. I think Kevin Samuels was constructive. I don't think he was destructive unless you made him that way and he insulted you. But to be destructive, to have used destructive criticism, that's actually not what he does. He wouldn't even fit in that category.
He was never trying to come at most of these chicks.
He wasn't.
Like most of these women. Like if you really, really pay attention, like you say, when they start over talking him, or talk about him, or they start over talking him, or something like that, that's when he'll start bucking up. Like, yo, you're on my platform. Yeah. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They didn't like to be checked.
Oh man, women hate to be checked.
They don't like to be checked.
Most women hate to be checked.
They don't like to be checked. Period. They don't like to be checked because it bruises their ego, because most of these simp guys out here, they don't check them. And you know the crazy part about women is, I think low key, they want to be checked, but they don't want you to tell them that they're getting checked. You know what I'm saying? They want a man. Listen, man. Women want a man to be a man.
Yes, they do.
They want a man to be
a real woman.
Yeah, a real woman want a man to be a man.
You damn right.
You know what I'm saying? A real woman, she would sit down and let that man be a man. She ain't gonna get up and try to get in his face or get in his way. And I think that they knew that Kevin Samuels was the end game to them. It was like, okay, I dealt with all these guys out here. They ain't telling me, they telling me nice, whispering nice, sweet things in my ear, but I really need to know about myself. I want somebody that's going to tell me about myself, but at the same time, I want him to tell me about myself the way I want him to tell me about myself. He can't tell me the way he has to be able to tell me how I want him to tell me. He can't say it this way. He got to say it this way. And that's how they are. So what happened? They went to Kevin Samuels and he did it the exact opposite. And they hated him for it. But at the same time, it's like that. it's like that love-hate relationship. It's like, oh, I know he said what he said, but I just can't stop watching. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because he's telling the truth.
Like,
Deep down inside, this motherfucker telling me the truth.
I
You know
only
what I'm saying?
watched like one, but I'm like pretty much like the women. Like I only seen a few sound bites, and I say I watched like maybe 3 whole episodes. But most of the time, it's just like sound bites, little minute clips of the show. I say I watched the show maybe 3 times, like a whole joint where you got people coming up, they come, they leave, they come and they leave.
Yeah.
Like maybe like 3 times, or maybe I watched it. Well, the rest of them I say was like 1 minute clips. So I can see why a lot of these women feel like the way they feel.
But here's the thing.
But you're explaining to them that it wasn't like that.
It wasn't. Here's the thing. He just didn't talk to black girls. He talked to white women
Girls
too.
I've seen the clip where he says to white girls. I ain't never seen the episode.
Yo, this one white girl, she was talking about black women. He stopped her. He said, hey, listen, nope, we ain't gonna do that. I'll kick you right off the show. We not talking about black women.
See? He protected y'all women right there. Black women.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people are just, man, I'm just gonna say it. People are just fucking lazy. They're fucking lazy, man. That's the problem with this country, bro. That's the problem with the black community. We're fucking lazy, bro. We're lazy.
Or is it just that people don't give a fuck enough to really, really care?
Yeah, that and they're fucking lazy. Both. They're fucking lazy and they just don't give a fuck. It's too much energy for them to type in the name in Google and go search something. It's kind of like how people like. They so lazy. People are so lazy nowadays, bro, that they won't even share something. That's how lazy they are. They be like, I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't feel like doing it. But whenever you ever talk to somebody, they be like, yeah, man, I'm just tired. What'd you do? I was just on Facebook all day. You was on Facebook all day. You're tired. This is what I'm saying, bro. It's mentally draining. But these motherfuckers, the black community is fucking lazy. We don't want to look up shit, whether we just automatically go to the top of the sound bite, or we go right to the top of the motherfucking headline. That's all we read. And that's what they give us. They don't give us nothing else. They'll just give us the headline and we run for it. We fucking lazy, man.
That's the media with everything, though. That's what media with everything. Black, white,
man,
Chinese,
as far as the black community,
media, that's how media get down.
But look, bro, I can say this. They know how to entice, but the people that it affects the most is us. Because we're the one that get the black community is the one that is filled with so much disinformation, bro. Period.
You think so?
Yes. Absolutely. We're filled with so much disinformation. Because I think that, and I don't blame that all on the media. Mm-hmm. I do blame that all on other people saying certain things, but we don't really take the time out to go look up shit. Mm-hmm. It's too much for us, and they made it that way. It's orchestrated for us not to want to go look up something because it's like it's not cool to go look that up. A lot of these little niggas that be having these guns, they don't even know what those guns are. They just know the name of them. But they don't know what they actually are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They made everything, and it's something I don't really want to go into, but it's more of they made everything so convenient for us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's from the bus system. Oh, and I know people are looking at me like, what the fuck is he talking about? That's for the bus system, down to the corner stores, down to everything, and they keep everything in. So even if somebody says something in the hood, they'll say, I'll just use it as an example. They'll say Elvis is racist, right? It's just use them as an example. Mm-hmm. And everybody in the hood will think Elvis is racist. Until 10 years later or 20 years later, you see a documentary, he wasn't racist. And it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know that. All my life I thought he was racist because you didn't go look. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, Public Enemy said they read racist.
Public Enemy said, yeah. Public Chuck D said he's racist. I mean, it's a documentary right on YouTube where the dude said, well, how do you feel about well, you said that you said that Elvis said nobody was good enough, all black people was good enough to shine the shoes. He never said that. How you feel about that? This is what Chuck D said. Well, I mean, it don't matter. I still believe he's racist, though.
Oh, word is born.
Yes.
So that wasn't true.
No.
Oh, you know,
But just the point I'm
a black
making,
person.
just the point I'm making that this is the black community is filled with a lot of disinformation because it sounds real to you because you want to believe it. It's the same thing with Kevin Samuels. You want to believe that Kevin Samuels disrespected black women.
Yup.
So since you want to believe it, it must be fucking true.
Like the wild part is right.
What'd they do?
I was talking to my wife.
Yeah.
And she said that. You know what I mean? She said she told me he passed away. I'm like, yeah, Kevin said he passed away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was like, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, the girl that she was with was like, I hope she was past 35. I'm like, whoa.
See what I mean?
What does that mean? I said, whoa.
See what I mean?
I said, whoa, babe, what does that mean? And she was like, you know, he said something about what, 35, women at 35 are through, they're done or something like that. She said, I said, no, that's not what he was saying. He was saying that usually at 35, and the percentage and the percentile of a woman being 35, being with this high profile man,
it's very
with
low.
Marriage involved, is not too good of a statistic.
Yeah.
That's all he was saying.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying that he would never date a 35-year-old woman. Yeah. Or that's not what he was saying. He was just saying, but the way situation and statistics shows that this is what.
But you see how women hold Kevin Samuels' feet to the fire, but they never hold a woman's feet to the fire.
Oh man, we cannot talk about that because we can talk about that forever.
They never hold women's feet to the fire.
We can talk
it's
about
like, oh
that
well,
all day.
Oh, are you 35? Are you got 4 kids? And she's like, yes, I got 4 kids. But that's why you single. Why is that? Well, nobody wants to deal with 4 kids. But nobody says, well, damn, he's right, because nobody actually wants to deal with 4 kids. That ain't theirs.
I don't.
You want to play daddy to 4 kids? Now, maybe 1. Right? 2, pushing it.
Not saying that it's not possible, ladies. It can happen.
Yeah, it can.
But most of the time, it's not going to be when they're babies still. It's going to be
exactly.
It's going to be when they're pretty much grown or out the house.
Yeah, it's good. See, and I think that you come there. A lot of women, and this is what I think Kevin Samuels was trying to convey. You're coming into a situation with baggage, and you're trying to tell the man what he should be doing. You're coming in guns blazing. No, motherfucker, you gonna do what I tell you to do. You gonna do it this way. You're like, bitch, you got 4.
And you can't touch my baby.
And don't have 4 baby dads. Don't have 4.
Just being honest, what man wants to deal with baby daddies?
Especially if a nigga, like my ex-girl, right? I love her to death, right? But her baby dad was a jerk, right? Mm-hmm. Took care of his daughter when he wasn't around or whatever. And I think he should thank me for that. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I do. I ain't no disrespect to him. I just said I took care of his daughter. You know what I mean? And the same thing happened with me. But what kills me about it is he was a thug. You know what I'm saying? Mm. And he never wanted to meet me, even though I was taking care of his daughter.
Exactly. Like, that's crazy. Never.
I don't understand
I need to know who this nigga is.
That's weird.
Who's around my daughter? I need to know who this nigga is. We got to talk. I'm just saying me personally.
But here's the thing. A lot of times,
I don't understand that.
That's because he probably wanted to get back with her. That's why.
If you want to get back with her, you still can try to get back with her. Like,
you gotta. You know what I mean?
I mean, if he's a thug, nigga don't give a fuck.
He don't.
Excuse my language. You know what I mean?
But that's my point.
If he's a true thug, he really don't care.
Point. I think that's my point. I think what Kevin was saying was a lot of these women, they come into it with baggage. And don't get me wrong, because men come into it with baggage too.
Yes.
Men have 4 or 5 kids.
Yep.
But I think at a certain age, a man is willing to sacrifice and submit over to a woman his life. Mm-hmm. So like, let's say for instance, if a man is 35, he has 3 kids, he has a good job, and he meet a chick, I think he's more liable to want to settle down with that girl.
With that girl, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what Kevin Samuels was just saying.
Yeah.
He said because most of these guys are pretty much probably not going to do that.
Yeah,
because their options are just different.
Yeah,
their options are. You're telling me that he's going to pick you. Not saying that it can't happen.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah,
it's the world.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. It can happen. But statistically, he's not going to pick you because you have the baggage.
Yeah.
You have it. And he can pick up a girl that's just as pretty as you,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even way more prettier than you, throwing themselves at him, doing more than what you can, because you are clamped down by these children. Not saying that you being clamped down by your children is a bad thing. You're a mother. This is what you're supposed to do. It's your mother. Your children are there for you. Yeah. But you can't do certain things that this single female can do. There's women that don't have the baggage.
But you know, most of them, what they're doing is they're keyboard warriors. They're fake Instagram models. They'll have 4 kids. You never see their kids. And they advertise themselves on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and Facebook. They advertise themselves. So what happens? You meet them, you get to know them, and then they tell their friends, I'm not introducing him to my children yet. And not the fact that I'm not introducing my children because I don't want no random man to be my kids. No, I don't want him to know I got 4 fucking kids because he might skate.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of times you see these beautiful girls on Instagram and you think that that's what it is. And I always look at these girls that be on Instagram that will holler at a man or men holler at them on Instagram. And to me, if a girl has, I don't know, anything over 10,000 followers and she's hollering at you, she's hollering at 10 other guys. There's no way in the world that you this special. She got 10,000 followers and you this special guy out of the blue. It's just advertisement.
That's just how you feel.
Like for real.
Look,
Can you really think?
Look, man, when I see these IG models, and it's like a dime a dozen, bro.
It is.
Like beauty is like.
But just imagine that. Just imagine that. No, you're right. It is a dime a dozen. But just imagine how many guys are willing to take on that dime though. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine like this, right? Just imagine you got 10 IG models, right? And they all look good. And most of them got, let's say they got 20,000 followers apiece. Mm. And they all look good.
Yeah.
I mean, I even go a step further. You got 10 IG girls, not even models, that look average to okay at best.
Yeah.
They still got 20 guys in their inbox.
They're making 200 grand. Making 200 grand on OnlyFans.
Yeah. I'll even go even further than that. You can have 30 ugly girls. And because that's just the way of the world. Like people, men seek women and women notice. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think, again, to bring it back to Kevin Samuels, I think he harnessed that and he used that against him. It's like, well, listen, I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm a standout. I'm a standout motherfucker. I'm not that guy. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of guys like me that they won't give you the time of the day.
A lot of women can't handle that.
They can't.
Because they're not used to that. They're used to men doing the chasing. They're used to us having to be the nice guys.
It's over, man.
Or a total ass. Whether you will be super nice trying to get with her, or you'll be a total asshole.
Shit is over with, man. That shit is dead. I want y'all to understand this, ladies. That shit is dead. The chasing shit is dead. We could find any girl now. It's over. It's over. It's fucking over. There's no point us chasing you, because guess what? I can follow the girl that follows you that look just as good or even better. And if she don't like me, I could just go to the next girl. And if she don't like me, I'll just go to the next girl. One of them bitches gonna like me.
See, like the difference between y'all and us, we're used to rejection.
Yeah.
It's nothing to us. Because we're used to...
We numb to that shit.
Okay, not saying that, you know what I mean, but you're not going to bag every chick.
Yeah.
Like, that's every single dude, you know what I mean, every man that I know, if you holler at women, if you get chicks, you know. If you get girls, you know you ain't going to bag every single one.
Yeah.
So you used to, you know what I mean, is shorty telling you from time to time, nah, this ain't going to work. Or, you ain't the one for me. But you keep shooting that shot. Yeah. Most of the time, you gonna hit. You gonna hit sooner or later. Yeah. You hit the bad ones. You know what I mean? You can hit some bad ones.
Yeah. I guess the moral to the story is
we used to women are not used to that.
no, they not.
They're not used to rejection at all. Women do not like rejection, bro.
No, they don't.
They do not take it well.
Women, there's two things I learned. Women don't like rejection, and if you tell a woman, if you don't tell her how beautiful she is, or like how most guys do, because if you get on the post and be like, "You're all right," I did this plenty of times, right? Got on the post and I said,
Just to see,
I'm like, "Yo, you okay?" And boy, I tell you,
I know you was the worst.
she didn't comment on
ever.
she didn't comment on nobody's comments but mine. It's like that's how you get her attention. Like, you're all right.
Yep.
She
That's
like, what's that supposed to mean? Like everybody on there, damn, you fine as hell. Oh my God.
You tell the ugly girls.
Yeah.
What is it? You tell the ugly girls they pretty.
Yeah.
You tell the
pretty
beautiful ones they ugly.
Yep. You know how it goes.
You know
That's
how
how it goes, man.
That's how it goes.
Hey man, Torture Talk, man. Rest in
Torture
peace, Kevin
Talk.
Samuels, man.
Yes, rest in peace to that brother, man.
His
All
work
people
would never die.
Stop hating this man, man.
Here's the thing. Even though Kevin Samuels is gone, his stuff is still on the internet. So that's a lesson right there. So no matter what happens, you can always refer right back to what he said. It ain't never changed. So anything that Kevin Samuels said, to stuff that you would look at and say, okay, I can learn from that, it's all still there. His page ain't deleted. So you can still learn from him. And he got a lot of videos. Trust to believe.
You can still learn from him.
You can.
It's out there.
You can still learn from him. He got a lot of videos, and most of his videos are long. And he talking to hundreds of people.
Not just women.
Not just women. So just to let y'all know. Torture Talk, you know what it is, man. We out of here.
All right.